In this video, we are going to take a look at functions. We have already been using functions all over our code without even knowing it. A function is a specific command that is usually given one or several variables in brackets behind the variable name, does something with them, and usually returns a variable as well. For example, our print command is a function. Print hello world is a function that we pass the string variable hello world to, and it prints it to the screen. Sometimes we have a block of code that carries out a specific function, and we want to use that same block of code at different times in our program. Instead of copying that block of code over and over again, we can create a function that will call that block of code whenever it is needed. To start a function, we use the keyword def. DEF. This tells Python that we are going to be creating a function. Next, give the function a name. This is the name that we are going to be using in our code each time we want to use our function. Finally, we include brackets with any variables that are going to be passed to our function. If we do not want to pass it any variable, then we do not include anything in the brackets. Let's take a look at a block of code that will calculate the number of seconds in a day. Def seconds in a day, hours equals 24, minutes equals hours times 60, seconds equals minutes times 60, print seconds, seconds in a day. In this code, I'm creating a function called seconds in a day, and I'm not passing it any variables. I am then defining three variables called hours, minutes, and seconds. I'm setting hours to 24, minutes to 60 times hours, and seconds to minutes times 60. Then I'm printing the number of seconds. Although this does say to print the number of seconds, a function is not run until it is called. On the line below that, I would have my actual program that is now calling the function seconds in a day, which will run through that function and finish off by printing the number of seconds. Now, let's take a look at an example where we pass the function a variable. We're going to use a similar code to the last one, but with one small change. Def seconds in a day, bracket, days. Hours equals days times 24, minutes equals hours times 60, seconds equals minutes times 60, print seconds, seconds in a day, bracket 6. In this example, our function is passed a variable number, which we call days. The only change to our code is that our hours are now going to be the new variable days multiplied by 24. Finally, when we call our function, we need to make sure to pass it a value in the brackets for it to use for the number of days. This code will now print the number of seconds in 6 days instead of just 1. Finally, we can also use functions to return values by using the command return. This would turn the function into whatever variable it returns in your actual code. Let's take a look at one final example. Def seconds in a day, bracket days. Hours equals days times 24. Minutes equals hours times 60. Seconds equals minutes times 60. Return seconds. Print, bracket, seconds in a day, bracket 12. In this example, I've removed the print command in the function and instead have a return command. What this means is that whenever I call the seconds in a day function and pass it a certain number of days, it will run the code and turn into the number of seconds. I can then store this number in a variable, do some operations on it, or print it.